106 is a really special episode for us because it's one that we told entirely from Moiraine's point of view. We really wanted at this point in the season to pull back the curtain a little bit and see more of who she really is and why she's doing the things she's doing, which I think the audience is so hungry for.
Liandrin, Alana, Moiraine, approach.
Episode 6 gets us inside the head of Moiraine to a degree. She's still guarded because I think the world of the White Tower is the one where you never really know who you can trust. You are never sure of how politics have shifted in your absence.
Well, let me tell you something about this room with all the amazing actresses that we have. It's supposed to be a room of this great power with all these different women with their own agendas and ideas and secrets. And I think that might be true for real. We have a lot of powerful women, and the energy in there and the acting that's going on in that room is pretty much beyond compare.
The Hall of the Tower and the White Tower itself, it really felt like walking into a palace from a very long time ago. One of the challenges of creating a fantasy world is to not seem derivative, but still take pieces from our culture and the cultures we understand to give people kind of a touchstone. If it feels so different, then it can feel kind of sci-fi or alien.
I love the way that Sally Richardson Whitfield shot the first scene in the Hall of the Tower. I always felt it was like a sort of constellation where she had the camera rise right up through the central atrium, and you saw the different aja marked out by colours, like kind of jewels in a box or chocolates or something.
Within each of those ajas, they come from all the different cultures. We created designs for each culture, then we shifted into color, and then we shifted for variety into each of the actors. I think we did like 28, 3 of each house, plus Moiraine, plus Liandrin, plus the fabulous Sophie as the Amyrlin seat. And it was spectacular. It was like such a culmination. I mean, I just couldn't even believe we got there.
What were you thinking?
One of the big pieces of pulling that curtain back on Moiraine is meeting Siuan Sanche, the Amyrlin seat. It's pretty clear that there's a romantic relationship of some sort between them in the books, but we wanted to bring that to the forefront in the show because it's a huge part of Moiraine's life. You so rarely get to see her personal relationships with other people, and when you're representing her on screen, you really want to see the emotion and love she has for the people who are closest to her, which is Lan and Siuan.
This is the most forbidden relationship that you can imagine. This is like having a relationship with the Pope. It's very high stakes, the game that Moiraine's playing, and you see that this woman who puts her cause before everything else will still indulge this terribly dangerous love that she has.
Come.
The last scene that we shot before we were shut down for COVID was Siuan's first meeting with Egwene and Nynaeve. And it was really emotional for all of us. It's a scene about what is happening in the world, and that the world is changing and the world is turning, and that they're going to have to step up and be ready to face that. And it is just so emotional how it came through from those actors on that day, because the world was kind of falling apart. Maddie and Zoe delivered incredible performances in one of their most important scenes of the season under these horrific circumstances. The Waygate is really important to the story. We really wanted to have it someplace iconic and where you get this really beautiful, sharp cut against the skyline. That said, it meant we were on top of a hill that was completely exposed, and it was wind coming through like you've never felt before. So it was really daunting from a production perspective to shoot that sequence. But in some ways, the weather was great for the show because it just gave this very ominous feeling of what's to come.
We see our team enter this dark world knowing that 4 of them are heading to the eye of the world and potentially will never come back.